Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for Euro 2020 fantasy football content. My name is Dan, and although it's pretty late at night for me, for you it's the big day itself. I thought I'd sneak in one more fantasy video for the Euros, and I'm going for the top 10 hidden gems part 2. And this time, guys, we've gone really hard. I think 8 out of the 10 players are under 2% owned in the game. So there's some serious hidden gems that hardly any people know about it. We're going to reveal the secrets to you guys today on some really nice players. And the other two, I think they're 3% owned. So we're going to go down from the most owned, so the 3% owned players, and we're going to go down to all the way down to players who are owned by less than 1% of Euro fantasy managers. Absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Guys, of course, you voted for this video over on Twitter, so if you want to be involved in future video decision-making processes, please do follow me at FPL Mate, and you can get involved. We can have a little chat over there and talk all things fantasy, of course. But I think, guys, before we start the list, quick like, subscribe maybe if you're new around here. I know a lot of you guys aren't subscribed. Come on, you've got to subscribe by now. Come on, you got to do it. We're going to help you out. We're going to help you win. Let's get into these lists, right? Let's start off with the 10th most owned. So, 3% owned Domenico Berardi. He's a 6 million midfielder for Italy. Now, Berardi is a player who I haven't actually spoken about nearly as much as I should have. So, I thought I'd better put him in this last minute video. Basically, if he starts, he could be the ultimate player for his price. He's coming off the back of a great club season, 17 goals in 30 games. But for country, he's just been even more insane. Overall, he has 5 goals in 11 games for Italy, which is okay. But did you know those 5 goals came in his last 6 appearances for Italy, all within the last year? And the only game in the past 6 games for Italy in which he didn't score was a game against Poland where he only played 7 minutes. He played the last friendly for Italy the other day, which is a very positive sign. I think he's scored his way towards nailing down that right wing position. I'm maybe 70% sure that he's going to be starting against Turkey, and if he doesn't, it doesn't matter. We will know the Italy lineup 1 hour before the fantasy transfer deadline, so we can swap him out for someone else. One thing I would recommend with Berardi is making sure you have a plan to swap him out for someone else during the final hour if you find out he isn't starting. He's in my team. I have a plan if he doesn't start, and I'm ready to reap the rewards of an insane bargain and, of course, a top hidden gem too. Next is Stefan Rustovsky at 3%. He's a 4 million defender for North Macedonia. Now, yes, I have spoken about him before, but there's only so many players that are actually worth getting, and I thought I'd speak about him for the benefit of those of you guys who haven't watched my cheap players videos. But we've all heard of Alioski from his time in the Premier League this year. Alioski plays on the left wing-back position for Macedonia. On the right wing-back position, we have Rustovsky. So a pretty advanced position for a defender. He's actually a player with a little bit of pedigree too. He's played European football with Sporting CP in Portugal for a few years, and now he's in a top Croatian side in Dinamo Zagreb. He has 62 caps, 2 goals, 6 assists. If you have that faith in North Macedonia and you think they can provide a bit of an underdog story, he could be your guy. He's probably not going to be a world beater in fantasy terms, but for 4 million, you literally cannot go wrong, because that's the cheapest a player can possibly be, and I believe he is the best player at that price. Daniel Backman at 1%. Yes, guys, we are going for the 1%ers. Absolutely insane. So 4.5 million goalkeeper for Austria. I'm sure we've all kind of been looking for the right 4.5 million goalkeeper to get. I'm sure a lot of you guys have. It's been tough to find the right one. Tim Krul, he was meant to be the chosen one, but it looks like he's not actually guaranteed to start. So I give you Daniel Backman. Great first name, by the way. He only made his debut against England last week, but the Austria coach has confirmed that he is going to start the first game in the Euros. The fixture is fantastic in North Macedonia. He can definitely keep a clean sheet here, potentially. And although Austria aren't known for their defence, with Backman in net over the past 2 friendlies, they've done okay. They held England to a 1-0 defeat, which could have been a lot worse, and they drew 0-0 with Slovakia, a team that, of course, also qualified for the Euros. At 1% owned, I think he is just the perfect goalkeeping hidden gem. Again, he's in my team, so how can I not recommend him to you guys? Elif Elmar's 1% owned. 6 million for a midfielder for North Macedonia. Now, this is a player who was actually brought to my attention by you guys in the comments. So thank you for those of you telling me about Elmas. What a great shout. Now, if you're backing Backman, that's hard for me to say, to concede, then Macedonia have a talisman of their own. He's a young guy who was a starter for Napoli at club level, and his international form, wow, insane. In his last 6 games for Macedonia, he has 3 goals and 2 assists. All 3 goals came in his last 4 appearances as well. He's becoming kind of this poster boy of this overachieving team, and if you love an underdog story, this is definitely the guy to go for. He plays as an attacking midfielder. He loves to be in and around the box. If Macedonia are scoring, there's a good chance that he's involved. He's just 6 million, so another great bargain, and best of all, he is a top hidden gem. Next is Wout Weghorst at 1% owned, 7 million forward for Netherlands. Again, sorry guys, I've spoken about Weghorst before, but honestly, it's quite tough to find good strikers that are going under the radar a little bit. He hasn't historically been nailed for Netherlands, but it does look like he's earned his place. He started both of the pre-tournament friendlies in a 2-man forward line with Depay, and he scored in the second of those 2 friendlies. He scored as well, so that's actually his first goal at international level. This is a very good sign, but I think he is going to be a starter for the Netherlands. In a 5-3-2 formation, he could even be one of the only goal-scoring players in a team with a great group. And that's not a particularly attacking formation, and there's not many attackers that are going to be playing, so it's between Depay and Weghorst to make up the goals, right? So, yeah, if you fancy him. It's a great group as well. Like I said, he's got 20 goals and 9 assists for Wolfsburg this season in the Bundesliga, which is obviously amazing. So let's see what he can do on the big stage. Now we've got Borna Barosic, 1% owned. He's a 4.5 million defender for Croatia. Not my most interesting pick in this video, so I'll try and keep this brief, but we do have to put some defenders in this list. The first game he's got against England isn't ideal for Croatia, but they do have the Czech Republic and Scotland after that. He's an attacking left-back coming off a really good season with Rangers. 1 goal and 7 assists in the SPL, and I think he got a few goals in the Europa League as well, if my memory serves. So he's a very capable of those attacking returns. For country, he hasn't been quite so prolific, but he should be able to convert that form to the international stage. And after the England game, clean sheets will be back on the cards as well. So if you're setting up for multiple match days or want someone you can just take a mental note of for later, Barisic could be a great hidden gem. Now for Che Adams at 1% owned, 6.5 million forward for Scotland. Again, it's kind of hard to find these good, cheap, lesser-owned strikers to recommend to you guys, but I'm trying my best, of course. But if you're a fan of the Premier League, Southampton, or newly converted Scotsman, Adams could be your guy. Now, I warn you not to get too excited, too carried away. Keep it in your pants, lads. But Adams has scored 2 goals and grabbed an assist in his 3 starts for Scotland. Obviously, that is a pretty insane record. It's a good start, but this was against Israel, the Faroe Islands and Luxembourg. I know you can only beat what's in front of you, but it's probably a little bit early to get too hyped on Adams. That said, he's nailed himself as a first choice striker. He's obviously a very talented player. I think he'll relish being a star man for Scotland rather than kind of in the shadow of Danny Ings like he is at Southampton. And his best game comes straight away against Czech Republic. So if you're going to go for him, now is the time. Next is Nico Elvetti, 1% owned, 4.5 million defender for Switzerland. Another slightly boring, sorry guys, we can't talk about big hitting forwards and midfielders all video, but Elvetti is a centre-back who has been a mainstay in the Swiss setup for a couple of years. Now, despite me talking a lot about how you should go for fullbacks rather than centre-backs, and generally speaking, yeah, that is exactly what you should be doing. If you did want a defender with a good fixture in match day 1, you've got one here, and he's also a bit of a threat from set pieces as well. He's actually scored 5 goals in 30 appearances for Borussia Mönchengladbach this season in the Bundesliga. So you never know. I think that might be in all competitions, to be fair, but you never know. He could be good for a goal. That's certainly a better goal scoring record than many centre backs in the Euros. So why not? Why not have a go at him if you do fancy the Swiss defence? But anyway, shall we finish off with a couple of midfielders for you? So I've got Ivan Perisic at 1% owned, 8.5 million midfielder for Croatia. I almost said he was a forward. That's because he kind of is in many ways. He's kind of a left winger, you know, so much so that he's actually been playing as a second striker a few times recently for Croatia as well. And arguably, if Modric is the star of the team, you put Perisic in second, right? And to think that he's gone under the radar of 99% of fantasy managers. I guess that's because of the England fixture. I know a lot of people in my home nation of England will be watching this video. I get why you wouldn't want to bet against your own team. Worldwide viewers, maybe you agree that this is a tough game for an opposing player, but after that, the Czech Republic and Scotland, there's some pretty decent fixtures, you would say. If Perisic ends up playing as a striker, there could actually be some serious opportunities for some points. The price isn't too bad. Maybe a void for this week, although, guys, if you want to tell me differently and you think Croatia can batter England, absolutely, I welcome all opinions on this channel. Absolutely, it's great to hear from you guys, as always. But I think it is worth some serious consideration for match days 2 and 3, particularly if he stays as under the radar as he is. You could actually end up getting a real jump on some of your mates. So finally, we've got Emil Forsberg, 0% owned, which really just means that less than 1% of people have him, but he's a 7.5 midfielder for Sweden. Once again, maybe the reason he's not so well backed is because of that first fixture, but come on. Less than 1% of people have gone for the Swedish talisman, the Swedish Ericsson, essentially. If you want to set up for, you know, multiple match days, or you want a differential player to keep in your mind, ready to transfer in next week, this could be your guy. It's a really good price for a player, a kind of a difficult price point, so it could actually fit in quite nicely to your team. He's got a decent attacking record for club and country. He's actually scored a free kick and assisted in Sweden's last friendly game against Armenia. This was whilst Seb Larsson was on the pitch too. And because of Larsson's penalty miss as well, I have it on good authority that Forsberg could be the new penalty taker as well. Add corners to that too, and what do we have? You know, like I said, the Swedish Ericsson, but more importantly, the biggest hidden gem in this video. Maybe the biggest hidden gem, full stop. So there you have it, guys. Those are the hidden gems I thought up for you today and have done a bit of research on. I hope you did like them, and please let me know in the comments if you are already going for, or if you've now decided to go for one of the players in this list. Let me know in the comments, which one are you going for out of these hidden gems? And I'd love to hear, who are you taking that risky punt on, that differential that's going to make your team different from all of your friends in your leagues? Always exciting stuff. I do really like a differential, I really do. But aside from that, guys, please do like the video. It really helps out the channel. And like I said, subscribe. I know a lot of you guys are not subscribed. Come on, you got to subscribe by now. You've got to do it. We're gonna help you win your leagues. We're gonna do it together, guys. But there we have it, guys. I will see you later on today for a stream. I will make sure I put a time of a stream somewhere on my YouTube channel or on my Twitter or somewhere, so you guys will know when I'm going to stream, and hopefully I will see you guys then. But if not, I'll see you very soon, guys, and overall, I'll see you later, mates. Bye-bye.